friends, welcome back to Vlogmas. I just finished. I'm just making sure everything looks good. I have you propped up on my steering wheel. I just finished my day and I'm gonna go, remember I said I had company in town, so I'm gonna go catch up with them and I'm gonna do what I was talking about yesterday and get hydrated because I didn't drink anything this morning besides my smoothie. You know what I want to start doing? I want to say, welcome to my channel. I'm Kimberly, a doctorally prepared nurse practitioner. And right now I'm doing Vlogmas. But yeah, by coming back here, I need to work on this part. I will be talking about dermatology, mentorship, education, and entrepreneurship. That's what you can expect here on my channel. So I have my apple and I have some watermelon juice that I make in my Diversity in Dermatology bottle. This was free merch from the conference. I can't wait to see what they have this year. I've brought up the topic of starting a merch store twice. And so I'm going to keep doing it. And you all can help me convince them that we should do it. I don't think anybody's against it. I think it's just a matter of setting it up. But watermelon juice is one of the easiest ones to make. You don't even need a juicer. I just put in the blender. And cucumber is good. Celery. My mom made me some celery juice with coconut water, so I did buy that recently. So I'm gonna make that. I really like to, especially if you're gonna do the blender method. I like to freeze the celery, and then I put it in the mini like in a food processor, and then it becomes super fine, like powder, and that makes it really easy to blend if you don't want to strain it. And then, which I typically don't because I like to get all the fiber. I like to do that with greens too, and so I'll put those in the freezer. Like, I mean, if I have fresh greens, I'll just juice them. But then when I have extra, I'll put them in the freezer and then take them straight from the freezer. A knife will just, slice right through that soup like paper. And then I'll put that through the food processor too. And then that makes it like a nice fine powder. I'll blend it on like the chopped setting. And so I love it that way too. So my go-tos are like watermelon juice. I do beet juice a lot with apples and ginger. Sometimes carrot. Carrots works really nicely with beets. And then a green juice, just with all the greens I can find. I love to add dandelion. Cucumber's good. And then those are kind of my three main ones, really. So yeah. So I wanted to kind of update you on my visit with the Derm PA. First of all, her name is Leah Waller. And if you're interested, let me know in the comments. And so remember I talked about how I picked up 2 prescriptions yesterday, the Tacro and the fluocinolone. And then there's 2 compounded medications, and I didn't have any information. Well, they did call me today, and so after I'm done talking to you all, I'll call them because they're going to ship them to me. And so I'm excited about that. And so what I didn't talk about was my diagnosis, or even kind of how this all started. So it started about a year ago. I can't remember if I did or not. But it started about a year ago, and I would just wake up with my neck on fire and itching and scratching, which is super hard. Like I said, I've had skin problems like my whole life. So I know I'm not supposed to scratch. And sometimes, I just do it anyway. Anyway, so it took me like 2 months to figure out what was really going on, and I finally figured out that it was my shampoo, and so I thought it was that particular shampoo, so I stopped using that one. And then it was getting better, and then a few more months went by, and then I had another flare when I tried I think I did talk about this, the different sunscreen. Then it was getting better again, and then it started flaring again more recently, and I've been having more reactions to a different shampoo. And so I thought, okay, So then I realized it's not necessarily that, it wasn't that particular brand. It could just be some of the preservatives in the shampoo. So I've changed the way I wash and dry my hair, which I already don't use a ton of products to reduce buildup. And I do want to come back and talk about like traction alopecia, particularly with locks, since this is a high risk style. So yeah, I will be doing that during Vlogmas. I retwist my hair every 3 months. No, every 3 times a year, every 4 months. And so I do it in December. And so I thought, try to get it done while I'm doing these Vlogmas, so then I can come on here and talk about it during that time, retwist my hair, and just share some of the ways that I help reduce my risk of getting traction alopecia, which is typically caused by tension on the edges from certain hairstyles. And it's super common in Black communities. And I've been getting a lot of questions about alopecia lately, which is one of my area of interest. And so I want to talk about that. So yeah, I was using over-the-counter hydrocortisone 1% for a little bit, and then I stopped that, and I just became really religious about my moisturizer, which was helping. And then it helped. It made a huge difference. And being mindful of the temperature water I use and trying not to scratch. And when I did feel the urge to scratch, realizing like this is when I need to put on moisturizer. But just that kind of reoccurrence back and forth, is one of the other reasons I went to the dermatologist. I was already trying to go to the dermatologist for prescription medication for my face. And then when I developed the post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, I just went ahead and addressed all of that together. And then I was going to say something about that. It'll come back to me and I'll talk about it tomorrow. This is Honeycrisp apple. So one thing that's been kind of, so when it first happened, it was right when I was getting involved with diversity in dermatology and planning to go to the conference. And I just thought, what horrible timing to have all this hyperpigmentation before I go to a derm conference. And normally I would think that I would be really kind of self-conscious about it because it's like my neck. Like I can't hide my neck. I mean, I guess you could. But it hasn't really bothered me that much. And I really am surprised by that. And yeah, so that's that. And even when I am on social media and taking all these pictures and stuff, I don't think people can really tell, or they're not saying anything. But I'm excited to share my journey, especially if it can help someone. That's kind of like the main reason I'm doing it. And to just show people, like, even people in healthcare have problems. Not like it's a huge problem, but it's concerning to me and it's concerning to a lot of people. And then, so yeah, that's the story. Oh, I remembered. So because I had like kind of the reoccurrence of the flares and it wasn't getting better with like my typical treatment, and since I'm back here in like this particular part of the country, she wants me to go see an allergist. And so one thing she did talk about was like here, which I know, allergies is a really bad place to get out, to have allergies, and you can even develop them if you've never had them. But when I was telling her how I used to live in the West, she was like, yeah, there's nothing over there. And then when I was thinking about my experience over there, I was kind of nervous when I went to Colorado because I have asthma. And I did feel it. I did feel the difference. And it never went away, that ability to feel kind of the difference in elevation. But I tolerated it fine. But my skin it was amazing. One thing that kind of took me by surprise was like, that's the desert. And so there's really like no humidity. I was able to use really thick moisturizers with no problem. And my skin was amazing. It was really good. It really thrived out there. And so when she was talking about all that, it just made me think about that. I don't know if I mentioned on here, but I always say my body's here, but my soul is still in the mountains. Every chance I get, I'm going back there. So yeah, I wanted to come on today just to kind of finish up with that. I'm going to call the pharmacy to find out what the next process is on getting those medications shipped to me. And I have a really good important meeting tonight. Really excited about that. And then I'm just happy we're at Wednesday. Tomorrow, I feel like I'm supposed to do something tomorrow. One thing I need to do, so me and my colleagues during MP week, I came up with the idea to have a spa day. And so some of us are going. I'm so excited. I'm getting a Thai massage, which I've never had. I usually get the deep tissue sports massage. And actually they separated. They had a deep tissue sports and they have the other ones too. But I couldn't really delineate the difference between deep tissue and sport. That's usually the same. But yeah, I signed up for the Thai massage, which I'm really excited about. The best massage I ever had was with this guy who had a background in physical therapy. Man, he helped me so much. And so after that, I would always request male masseuse. Because I saw how he was really able to kind of dig in there and not get worn out. Man, I guess I've been using my heat a lot. My heating bill is kind of expensive. It's not that bad. I thought I had signed up for a program, but I think that must have been with something else. I don't know. Oh, crap. I was supposed to, I just remembered. We're going to Aruba for a family reunion in the summer. I was supposed to submit a document. I completely forgot. I was up so late. Oh, I didn't even tell you guys. So I was up so late yesterday messing with this. So first of all, I think the quality on this is amazing. And you know what? I meant to change the settings because I think it's like on here, I feel like I look in real life. But once it got uploaded, there's a feature on here that's like a smooth skin feature. And I think it's on because I feel like it was, I just think it's on. I think I can see that that's on. So I need to figure out how to turn that off. Maybe I'll just mess with this while I'm talking to you guys. It won't let me. So yeah, so this filming was easy, uploading it to my computer, or I just connected the computer. But then when I tried to like carry it over, drag and drop it into iMovie, it took me longer than I want to admit. To figure that out. And what happened is I had an old movie up, or old project still open that I was trying to drag and drop in there. And so once I realized that and I went open a new one, that was easy. I didn't do any editing. I just uploaded them, but I had to clean after that. And so I did listen to a few tutorials and it seems super easy to like add in like background, images and side effects and sounds. And so I can't wait to get into that. It's probably not something I'll fiddle with during Vlogmas because really for this to be successful and for me to be consistent, I need to do the easiest method possible. And that's as little editing as possible. But afterwards, when I'm only spending my time on like one video at a time, I'll get into it. But I'm happy to hear that. And I know it's a really popular software that people use. So I don't know what I'm going to title this one, but I'll figure it out. So yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. Tomorrow, I did have something I wanted to talk to you guys about. Actually, I do know. Tomorrow we'll talk about the new DMV Dermatology NPPA group that I started about a month ago now. The engagement, the membership at the time of this video is 9. There have been a few other people who popped in, but they didn't answer all the questions, and that's kind of a requirement to get admitted, just so we can like make it have as few like spammers as possible, and to kind of increase the integrity of the group. And I just got that from other private groups that I'm a part of on Facebook, and so most people are used to that. But the engagement on there has been increasing, and one thing I noticed on all my social media platforms when it comes to clinicians, they prefer like private messaging as opposed to just like in the comments. Now on other clinicians that I follow, there's plenty, I see, especially if they have a large platform, people are commenting, but you also have then a mixture of the public and healthcare professionals. So that's one thing. And yeah, but yeah, just an observation. I'm happy to engage no matter what. But it's just an observation because I'm learning. As I learn about social media, I try to share it and share themes that I recognize, particularly when it comes to clinicians. So yeah, tomorrow we'll talk about the group. So that will be the title for tomorrow. I haven't figured out what this title is because I was all over the place. And yeah, I really like this camera though. So if you're in the market for one, you know, I would recommend it. I thought the sound was pretty decent even when I was outside for that little clip yesterday. So yeah, I'm just really excited to I look forward to learning more about it and getting some more gadgets for it. But yeah, I think that's all I have for today. So can I see? So yeah, we're at 15 minutes. That's long enough. Okay, everyone. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.